Hello folks, welcome back. In this section, I'm going to show you how we can deploy on a EC2 container by using DevOps pipeline. For this purpose, we should have a developed code in the GitHub repository. Then our Jenkins can able to pull that code and build, and our Jenkins also used as a deployment tool. It deploys on a target environment. In this section, we are going to see an EC2 instance which is running with Tomcat as our target environment. So, as we discussed in the earlier section, our code is available in our Jenkins account, a repository called Hello World. I will just show you that. This is our Jenkins account. Here we have a Hello World repository as well as Simple DevOps project repository. Hello World is a Java-based web application. Go inside, we can see a server, web app, Docker file, pom.xml, readme file. These are the contents of our Hello World repository, but I'm not much interested about this code because the purpose of this training is how we can take this code and build. Writing this code is developers' work. We are going to use this code to build and deploy. Again, come back to our flow. Now, we don't have Jenkins server yet, and also we don't have Tomcat server. We are going to set it up this to test this deployment. With that, let's go and install Jenkins. Jenkins installation procedure also updated in our repository. We have documents repository called Simple DevOps project in the same account. So Simple DevOps project, go inside to this. You can find a folder called Jenkins. Under Jenkins, we have a file called Jenkins Installation. It has all the instructions how to install Jenkins. I will quickly run through it so that we know what steps we should follow. Initially, we need an EC2 instance. We haven't created it yet. And a security group which opens port number 8080 because Jenkins runs on port number 8080. Then install Java because this is the prerequisites. After Java installation, we need to set up home path of our Java. I will show you how to do that one. Once it is done, we can install Jenkins. Jenkins packages we can download from this URL. Even we can Google it to get this URL. But just for reference, I have given here. Once Jenkins has been installed successfully, we can start Jenkins service and accessing it from the browser because this port we are going to open at security group level. Once it is accessible, we should log in and change the password of admin. Why? Because it comes with the default password. Once log into Jenkins console, we should set up the JDK path as well. Nothing but where exactly Java has been installed on our Jenkins server. Then for testing purpose, we can run a my first job just to see that Jenkins is functioning fine. With that, let's jump into our AWS console and create an EC2 instance. Services, select EC2 instance. We can launch an instance. In this program, I'm going to use Amazon Linux for most of our DevOps tools installation because it is pretty easy to manage. And I would recommend you to use the same operating system so that you don't encounter with any new issues while following our videos. Hence, I'm selecting Amazon Linux. It is a T2 micro. I'm not changing anything over here. Disk size is fine. Name, I'm giving it as a Jenkins server. Jenkins server. Security group, I'm going to create a new security group. Security group name I will give DevOps underscore project security group. I'm going to add one more rule because Jenkins runs on port number 8080. We must open port number 8080. And the description also I'm going to give the same. Launch it. Now we should choose a key pair. I have an existing key pair called a DevOps project. If you don't have one, you can create a key pair and download that key pair to log into our server. So choose the existing key pair in our case and launch it because I have this key pair. It takes couple of minutes to get it launched. We'll wait until it comes up. Let me refresh the screen. Alright, server is running straight. Let me take the public IP of this server. I'm using tool called MobiXterm to log into our server. We can also use Putty to connect to our servers, but I would recommend you to use MobiXterm because you don't need to convert your key pair from PEM to PPK if you want to connect. I can use my PEM key directly to connect to our servers. I have chosen session, then SSH, provide the remote host IP address and use private key. This is DevOps project.pem. I'm using a PEM key and user EC2 minus user. Alright, I have connected to my server. I'm increasing font size. Let's become a root because we are doing installations. We must have root privileges. As I discussed, first we need to install Java. Before installing Java, we'll check the Java version because Amazon Linux by default comes with Java version 1.7. I would recommend you to remove the 1.7 and use 1.8. To remove 1.7 version from the server, you can use yum remove java minus 1.7.0 star because after this whatever is there you can remove it. Okay, I have removed. If I check for Java version, now nothing is there. Let's install Java 1.8. Clear the screen. Yum install Java minus 1.8 star. It installs Java 1.8 on our Jenkins server. Yes to install. Now installation is completed. After Java installation, we need to set home path of our Java. For that, we should find where our JRE exists. We have this command in our document. We can just search for Java 1.8 star by using find command. It gives where our JVM or jar file available. This is the actual path of our JRE. We can see that by using ls-l slash JRE. You can see it is available under this path. I am giving Control C. We need to set this one as our path. Let's set the home path. Let's clear the screen. So to set home path under our home directory, we can use cd tilde. So we are going to home directory of our user and nothing but root user. Now vi dot bash underscore profile. Under this we should provide our Java home path. So I will give here Java underscore home is equal to our JRE path, and also we need to add it to path Java underscore home. Save this file. That's it. We have set up our Java home path. Now echo dollar Java underscore home. If I give, it doesn't show you the full path. Why? Because we need to log off and log in to get it effect. So let's log off. Again, I will log in as a root. Now let me execute the same command. Now you can see the latest path. This is how you can set up home path. Now let's install Jenkins. If you try to install yum install Jenkins directly, it doesn't work because it doesn't have the repositories to pull the code. For that purpose, let's jump into browser, search for Jenkins download. First link itself tells about jenkins.io/download. This is the official website where we can download Jenkins. We have long-term support version and weekly release. It is always best practice to use long-term support version because it is tested one. And if we scroll down, we have a Red Hat Fedora CentOS. Amazon Linux supports for this one. So click over here, and you can see the instructions what you need to do this. To use this repository, run the following commands. We must run these commands to set up Jenkins repository in our server. So I'm running this command first. Next, go back, take the command to add key. I'm adding key as well. Once it is done, let me execute Jenkins install command once again. Yum install Jenkins. Alright, now we can able to find the Jenkins software and we are installing. It may take a while. Alright, Jenkins installation is successful. Now let's see the Jenkins service. Service Jenkins status. It is in stopped state. Let me start it. I have started Jenkins. Again, see the status, it's working. Now we'll try to access our Jenkins application from the browser. For that, take the public IP of our Jenkins server, go to browser, and Jenkins runs on port number 8080. Access for the website. So it is getting ready. We need to wait for a while. Here you go. So it's asking us to provide the password to log in. By default, you can find a password in this location. Let's go back and cat this file. You can see the auto-generated password. Go back, provide this password, continue. Whenever you initially log into your Jenkins server after setup, it suggests to install few plugins, but we are not installing any plugins right now. We install later point of time, depends upon the necessity. For time being, I'm skipping this step. Now our Jenkins is ready. Start using Jenkins. Alright, this is our fresh Jenkins console. I have just logged in. As I discussed, we need to change our password. To change our password, nothing but admin password, we need to go to user called admin. Here we have configure, and here we have a option called password. I'm changing my password. Re-entering the same, apply, save. I have successfully changed my password. That's why I got logged off. Let me browse the website again and re-log in. Admin and my password. Okay, now I have changed my default password. Next thing is we need to set up our Java home path. For that, there is a option called Manage Jenkins. We should go here to manage our Jenkins most of the time. Let's go inside to Manage Jenkins. There is a option called Jenkins tool configuration. This is the option we should choose to configure our JDK. So far we haven't added anything. So add JDK. I will give Java underscore home and Java home path. Let me grab it from here. Echo $Java underscore home. This is our Java home path. Go back again. And if you give any typo, it immediately says that it is not right path. So okay, it looks good right now. Apply, save it. Okay, with that I can say that our initial setup of Jenkins is done. In next video we will run our first Jenkins job. Until then, bye, see you there.